we're just going to jump right in to Siren's Demise. So to catch all of the viewers up, Remy and Riot quietly, thanks to Remy's talent of being able to completely remove himself from a single individual's cognition, quietly took out Marcus Connolly in the body of Vi Stonegap, or at least one of them. Did so in the elevator as it closed. And Riot and Remy, unbeknownst at that moment, were locked into a descent down into the submarine, already programmed to launch. Launching from New Atlantis, they move off into the darkness, hearing from Vivian that Vinny fell down an elevator shaft, taking out the other Vi Stonegap. Not sure what else to do, Vivian drags Vinny Malone's body into the submarine, administers what little medical devices she can find, and amazingly does restart Vinny's heart. His spine, his comatose state, on the other hand, still in effect. So Riot and Remy in one submarine, Vivian and Vinny in the other, move through the murky darkness over a trip that will take roughly 10 hours, moving through deep sea terrain to Siren's Demise. During that time, it sounds like most of our individuals, and certainly Remy, are all sleeping, getting some rest. They haven't rested in multiple days, so it just from the sheer exhaustion, fall asleep. And so we'll be beginning. All of our characters will have full edge dice and a capstone, plus this generous extra edge dice from Jeff. I'm not even mad about it because you guys are definitely going to need them. And we will pick up several moments before Remy and Riot, who are ahead in the submarine journey, arrive at Siren's Demise. Remy, for a while now, you've been awake. You can't help. Of course, there is a sinking dread. You know, Dreyfus Rail. This was the last possible thing he wanted. He wanted to let this old secret, this old mistake lie. You succeeded. You succeeded in stopping Vi Stonegap from getting there. Unfortunately, you were unable to prevent from getting there. But certainly there's the nerves of that churning in your gut, but there is something else. With every hour passing by, with every league closer to Siren's Demise, you start to sense something very akin to that moment when you killed Marcus Connolly. You sensed a psionic presence, powerful and palpable, for a moment there in the elevator. That same feeling is getting stronger and stronger with every passing moment as you get closer. Riot, are you still asleep?
I think I probably would have wanted to wake up a bit before, so I think I might be up.
Perfect. So Remy and Riot, what are you guys doing in the, say, final hour before arrival? You know you'll be arriving soon. The front port of the submarine, it just stares into, lights extending into just infinite darkness of the deep sea. Scans on the computer consoles, are showing geographical formations underwater, rock outcroppings. Every once in a while, you pick up on pings of aquatic life forms, but otherwise silent.
Is there like a communications array on this thing?
There is a communications. It is not powerful enough to comms to the surface by any means. It is powerful enough to comms back to New Atlantis. What you imagine is a kind of tight stream directly back to the.
So, in my mind, in Remy's mind, he's thinking, can he send one of the bursts that his contact net diver got him? Can he send a burst from the sub to New Atlantis, through New Atlantis to the surface?
Possibly, though he would need to know somebody at the university.
Oh, well, all right. I will beam to Sinclair then. Head of AI and whatever. And apologize for not turning the control panel on, as it was unavoidably left off.
Sinclair does answer. Ah, Remy. Fine work you did with taking care of that annoying Spitfire, Nasa.
That we did accomplish, yes.
Yes, it is unfortunate, however, that you forgot to turn on the council.
Yes, that it was an unfortunate necessity of. Well, I'll just. You must have found the mess by now. So, yes, that was sort of unavoidable with a homicidal scion on the loose.
Yes, I imagine it's hard to keep track of things. I do believe one of your members fell down an elevator shaft.
So I've been told, yes. As far as
I watched the footage.
Oh.
It looked brutal.
Well, yes. I'm not really sure about his condition, other than what our associate has told us. Right. I'll grieve later. Right now I need a burst. I just need a connection to the surface to send a signal. That be possible?
Remy.
Yes.
Well, I could maybe accommodate, as you did, after all, assist in helping create the crack. Although seeing it to completion is not quite what took place. However,
we just used a shortcut with the crack, I think. It was an EMP grenade, so...
Oh, yes, actually, the council had nothing to do with NASA.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't dig. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right, really. But listen, I would be happy to send a signal for you up to the surface. However, I must ask for a small favor in return.
I'm getting used to this, so yes, of course.
I am aware that you have a contact here in New Atlantis, a janitor.
I would... I'm not even gonna be surprised that you know that. All right, I'm listening.
Well, I have already gotten him a job at the university. You see, but I need you to ask him to please turn on the council that you forgot to turn on.
Oh, that's hardly heavy lifting, sir. Of course.
Well, then we have an accord. That is great.
Absolutely. As a janitor, does he have access to that area? Well, it's a mess, so probably.
Right, we will need extra janitorial support once the police are done.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. I can. If you can if you can handle 2 communications, connect me to Jacques and connect me to the surface, and I will kill 2 birds with one. Well, with 2 signals, but you know what I mean.
Happily. Well, it's great to strike yet another chord, Remy.
Right. I don't know how to do this, so I'm going to lean on you.
Right, stand by. Remy, who are you calling up above?
I'm going to send the burst to... where is my thing?
And actually, this will be a one-way comms, so you won't be
Yeah.
able to actually talk back, but it will be able to send a message.
Right. It's White Rabbit.
Rapid. Okay. And what are you sending?
It is her. She gave me 2 bursts to use in case I needed to use them at any time. So this is an emergency burst. I am going to send her the coordinates that the sub is headed toward with the simple message of give me 24 hours before you do anything, but make sure this location is reduced to rubble.
Okay. And your message to Jacques?
It's because she's going to be like, Jacques, I've changed my mind. I'm going to keep you down there in New Atlantis. You're doing a fine job. You're working at the university now, which means you're going to be making a little bit more money, which should improve your living style. Look, I just want you to do a simple task for me. When you are tasked to clean the AI lab of the mess that's there, while you are about your business, there's a control panel that is just inside the lab. I need you to switch it on, and that's it. It's a very of your task. It's the simplest I've given you. So do it, and I'll stay in communication with you while you have your time of your life down here.
Perfect. The messages are sent.
Oh.
Riot. While Remy is doing that, what are you up to?
So I'm trying to remember, do we have the dead body of Vi, the Vi that we killed in the submarine with us?
That's correct, because it came down with the elevator. So it's a Vi with a very exploded head.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I sort of emptied the clip in it.
Very exploded head.
It's very messy. Yeah.
I think even with the head very exploded, I just want to check, because I know I got some information about Marcus having some sort of like device in his head specifically linked to signals from Siren's demise, and I want to see if I can like scan for that device or that signal if it's still intact at all.
I'll leave it up to you. You can make a technicianing or an academics check.
Ooh.
Both are intelligence. One would be approaching this from a sort of surgical, medical sort of perspective. The other one would be essentially rifling through the debris of the head to look for any sort of tech or remnants of tech within.
Cool. I mean, mechanically they're the same, so I think I will do technician because a medical student I am not. All right. Ooh, all right. That is a 13.
13. You could edge dice it. You want a 15 to find some trace. Otherwise, you will essentially just find a bunch of mush.
You know what? Yeah. I feel like this feels important enough, and we have some extra. Let's try. That's a 2.
That's a 2. Riot, you kind of go to the med kit from the med bay. You pull out like a pair of tweezers, slap on some plastic gloves, and begin rifling through the biomatter of Vi Stonegap's head. You do find the remnants of a psionic amplifier, a psychic resonator, and you find that both have been modified very specifically. And most importantly, they've been modified with what looks to be an extremely high dose. It's quite damaged now, but an extremely high dose, or a compartment with an extremely high dose of Luna 8. What Luna 8 is in general in this world, the world is powered by Lunar 12, which is a element that was found on the moon and basically provided infinite energy through fusion here on Earth. It creates only a tiny amount of byproduct, which was known as Luna 8. And Luna 8 seems to be highly reactive to psychic principles. And so Luna 8 is what is inside of and kind of used as a catalytic agent within cybernetics that enhance psychic powers. So Scions had minimal powers at first, but because of their EMS and psionic amplifiers and psychic resonators, that is what allows them to really bring to life their psionic powers. In very terrifying ways. These seem to be modified with some very strange device. It looks highly sophisticated. It's fairly damaged. Right now, you kind of just have it in tweezers, but this amount of Luna 8 would have been extremely expensive. I likely drained quite a bit of her resources or her family's resources to have this produced again.
Okay, I think I would definitely point this out to Remy. Just be like, have you ever seen psionic enhancements like this?
I'll be honest, Riot. That whatever's left is the first Scion I've met. So no, not. I know what I have, what my benefactor was able to afford for me at a young age, but that amount of Luna 8, I feel that would be. I feel like it would be damaging. I don't know what that kind of power would do to the matter of a mind.
Remy, can I have you please make a psionics check?
Yeah. Psionics. I'm like, yeah, give me some of that. That is a 18.
18. Remy, as you stare several feet away from, he's kind of holding it up, you kind of move, you're maybe 2 or 3 feet away, kind of like looking at it, you feel something pull at your mind. And for a moment, it's like a tug of war, like something trying to press into your mind, and you're able to, on an 18 to 18, resist this, but something you almost hear like whispers. It sounds like 3 voices in different octaves, but you can't make out what they're saying, but it feels like I don't know, like little spider legs trying to claw through into your mind, just being this close to it.
Okay. That's strange. It's not even attached to her. There's more there than just whatever that is.
you're experiencing something right now?
To say the least. Is there a place you can put that far away from me?
Yeah. I can try to like shove it in a drawer or something.
All right, you set it into a drawer and close the drawer. Really, once several more feet have been created between you and the device, Remy, it vanishes.
Okay. Riot, whatever that was, I'm starting to doubt whether Vi was. I'm starting to doubt if Vi was in her right mind, or his right mind, or any of their minds. If Marcus was even Marcus, that kind of power.
I mean, I've seen Marcus has a huge, like, medical file and everything, and he underwent a lot of experimentation. He seems like the kind of guy that would put something like this in his head to really push the limits of his psionic abilities, even if it was hurting him.
It's not that, Riot. Even I agree with you. He would put insane things in his body. But we're talking about something that, like, that level of sophistication, that's not something you buy. That's something that, like, my benefactor would give someone like him, or someone with more money or power would. You don't buy that. That gets given to you for a specific purpose. So,
at this moment,
this is bigger.
A tachyon call comes from the front of the submarine.
Oh, great. Okay, I guess we're here. Probably that proximity.
As you arrive to the front portal lights illuminating vaguely a structure from several thousand feet out in front of you. A massive disc-like structure hidden amongst the rocks. The front of it, you can tell old scarring, like explosions. Out on the top of it, the very front of it, it looks like something had careened into it, and then detonated. You have arrived at Siren's demise, and ever so slowly, the submarine slows propulsion as you slowly glide towards one of two, what looks to be docking offshoots on the underbelly of this behemoth. We will now switch over to Vivian and Vivian. Vivian, you you wake up after some time sleeping. It's a fitful sleep. Every once in a while, waking up to check on Vinny, his vitals beeping away in a reduced state, a very low heartbeat, but stable, but still no sign of consciousness, no sign of anything. He lays there still, breathing extremely shallowly.
Oh boy, hope this wasn't a mistake. Yeah, Vivian has kind of once like she is awake for good, she just kind of like scrounges around to see if there's like a backpack or something she can use to get like some supplies in, puts the rest of the med kit in there to take with her, and just kind of takes stock of what the sub has that she can use, because she's pretty much done all she can for Vinny, so she's just trying to make sure they're prepared for when they dock and whatever this is going to be.
Can you go ahead and make an awareness check for me as you search through the sub, scrounging about?
Yep. Yes. That's bad for me. That's a 10.
10. You kind of scrounge through. You find a half-used canister of Patchall. So it has 3 doses in it. So Patchall can put on basically 3 HP or 3 AP onto a body segment. Or it can remove like conditions like poison or burn or acid. So it kind of patches everything. That's pretty much all you find scrounging about. I mean, there's like the med kit has some like gauze and stuff like that, but nothing like hypo. You've used most of the hypo that was in there to stabilize Vinny. Same with the stim to try and get his heart going again. So really, you got a half-used can of Patchall.
Cool. Take it.
Yeah. Anything else you're doing on the sub? For you also, it's you don't know exactly how long you are out, but you know you'll be arriving soon.
Yeah, there's not much else she can do. She doesn't have a burst. And she's already communicated with the team what the situation is, and she is scrounged and stabilized Vinny. So she is just thinking through the fact that it's like you need to get ahead and get out. Still unsure how, but she's gonna try. But also depends on what the fuck is in there, which she is like, I have no idea how to prepare for whatever is gonna be there, so we're just gonna see if we can talk our way through the horrors. If they talk back, and if not, we have a gun and a knife, so.
Perfect. Vivian prepares herself. Vincent, well, his mind's blank. As he lays there. Like the other two, the tachyon sounds after some time, and you watch as the light illuminates Siren's demise. You see there's already a sub, the Remy's sub, attached to the structure as you are coming up on it. And as you pull in, the sub starts to dock into the station. You hear large creaking as some sort of locking system connects to the submarine. And then you hear a series of doors depressurizing and repressurizing so that you may take the lift up. And as the lift doors, you kind of turn back from the cockpit and look down the way, and you see the lift doors again reopen, ready to be taken up to the surface. And as they open, Vinny, in the back of your mind, feel something move, something stir, and then you're aware that you're thinking. Something pulls, and with a gasp, Vivian, you hear Vinny jolt up like he was hit by some sort of major electrical shock to the heart, become seizing back to life.
Wow, okay, you actually woke up. I wasn't sure if you were going to. Hi, welcome back.
From where? What, Miss Greer?
You took a swan dive down the elevator shaft courtesy of Marcus Vi, Stone Gap.
Oh, I can feel that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, sorry, I made do with the med kit here. It's not that advanced, surprisingly, given the money being poured into this university. So we're in Siren's demise.
Oh, Oh shit. What?
Yeah, figured going back up was bad, and apparently Remy and Riot were already stuck on the other sub going to Siren's Demise, so I didn't want to be the only one explaining what happened in that lab, so I figured we can meet up as a group and figure out how to get out together.
So Remy's okay. Riot's okay.
Yep, last I heard, and there's another sub here, so I think they're already here.
We're not supposed to be here.
I know.
We're going to have to find a way off this station as quickly as we can, Miss Greer. This is not a safe place to be. You remember what Mr. Rail said
yes,
when we were
he wanted
briefed?
his sins buried at the bottom of the ocean. Well, we have 2 subs. Could try to take one altogether to the surface, but we should reconnect with the others and take the elevator up.
Maybe Riot can find a way to access some central computer system or something.
I mean,
and
that's
get
what
these
he's good at.
subs back online. Help me up if you wouldn't mind, Miss Greer.
Yep. Kind of gives you a... Sorry.
Yeah, you can definitely feel things shifting. You definitely know you've dislocated or broken several ribs. You likely have internal bleeding, and you have a good solid limp going on.
One second, Miss Greer, and I'm just gonna press really hard on my ribs to put them back in alignment. Just okay. Miss Greer.
Yep.
I don't remember what happened, but
It's probably good.
the last thing I remember is you saying something about a Crone's head.
Yeah, he was carrying the head.
And where is that head now?
I think still at the bottom of the elevator shaft, unless security's probably already retrieved it by now.
That head didn't look like a Crone to me.
I was just throwing whatever words I could out there that I thought might catch him off guard. And it worked.
It's quite a random phrase, Crone's head.
I mean, I couldn't tell how... She wasn't young, was she? There was a lot of blood. I just guessed.
Do I believe Vivian Greer right now?
Vivian, would you like to make a guile check?
Yeah.
You get your advantage from your pheromones.
No.
Vinny, I need you to make a intuition check against it.
Dave is not buying it, but we'll see what happens with Vinny here.
Yeah. Dave doesn't need to buy it.
That's a 10.
Good luck, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 15.
Okay. No chance to edge it. Oh.
Do I have a capstone?
Have a chance to edge. Yeah, you do have your capstone back if you want to use the capstone.
No, I'll hold that for later.
All right, perfect. We can go to everyone now. Remy and Riot, you are the first to arrive. Like in Vivian and Vincent's case, you hear the docking, the doors opening, the elevator reopens. Are you guys going in? What are you doing?
First, I'm going to have Riot check to see if he can, from the sub, disengage the station, or if that is cut off from us.
Yeah, I think I definitely, while we are approaching and docking, want to see if I can gain access to systems, see if I can, what kind of control and information I can get.
Why don't we have you make a net diving check, in essentially an assessment. As you dock, clearly, docking mechanisms are working in the station, which indicate to you there is some amount of power.
That's a 17.
17. Riot, you are able to essentially do a sort of scan of the facility to get a sense of what you're dealing with. First of all, this is a black site. Now it's an old black site, but it would still be pretty competitive advanced security. And I said would be. Everything is horrifically jumbled. You would know with that role, you would know that essentially some sort of massive EMP device went off in this structure, completely devastating the grid here, devastating the submersion space here, and it was never repaired. So in your assessment, the only way you're going to be able to, there are things hackable, there are things on in the station, many that are off, that you can see kind of coding that is trying to communicate with something, but it's just not getting to its destination. But it's going to take you, essentially, you're going to have to be fairly close to a localized area to be able to hack certain systems. In this situation, the docking controls are not controlled here at the docking station. There's some sort of centralized or some other area within this facility that would control the docking controls. And you would need to at least find yourself within fairly close proximity in order to sort through the mess that is this black site.
And so do I think that is necessary for us to even safely dock?
No, sorry. You're docked. You're locked in. So in order for you to leave on the sub, okay, you would need to either unlock it or find very heavy welding equipment, likely an outside external suit that could survive in deep sea pressure and weld through the locking mechanism.
The crushing depths of the dark water.
So I know that I'll need to find where
the central
computer is.
Likely some sort of either like a receiving area or possibly security.
Cool. So yeah, I think I'm definitely mostly focusing on I'll be trying to find that and being able to hack, doors and stuff. And also I want to see if there are any kind of status reports of because we saw a bunch of explosions and stuff like that. So I would love to be able to know if a room is already depressurized and full of water before we try to go into it, stuff like that. So definitely
certainly
be looking for
you begin rooting around, taking a look through that. Go ahead, Remy. Did you have some?
I was just going to say, Remy's patting Riot on the back, going, "Good thinking, good thinking." Good thinking.
Much of, at least from what you can tell, again, jumbled mess. You can't make really heads or tail. There are many areas in here where the pressurized system is still in place. Okay. You also know that there are sections where it is not. You are certain that immediately going up, you will be in a safe section. The pressurization is in place. Oxygen is flowing. The systems are running. The second thing you also realize, this station itself, maybe not all too surprisingly, but is powered by an extremely large Lunar 12 reactor. Probably enough that could power a small country.
Okay.
It is still active, and it is still stable.
That also means that it's probably been producing a lot of Lunar 8 as a byproduct for a while. But
could be. I mean, it takes quite a long time to produce even a small amount of, but possibly.
Interesting.
Most importantly, it means that systems here are not all shut down. Yep. You are working with a station that seemingly has power. From what you can tell in the immediate vicinity outside of this area, which looks to be mostly hallways, nothing has been changed for decades.
Do we know just by common knowledge what happens when Luna 12 becomes unstable?
Yes. In fact, in recent history, the United Nations actually ruled on this. They actually banned anything short of essentially mega corporations from actually operating Lunar 12 because there was multiple smaller subsidiaries who were utilizing Lunar 12 and they were weaponized. There was a double Lunar 12 explosion in a base in the Northern Union. That, I mean, essentially it's like, megaton bombs going off. And then there was another one that happened on a freighter that was transporting a Lunar 12 reactor. Mid-ocean, it detonated. Nobody really knows why. But there was a Lunar 12 explosion.
There's no one to ask why, though, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I can tell that where the next place for us to go up this elevator is pressurized and is safe, and also leaving our submarine and going further in is our best and only bet for me to be able to access systems that'll let us leave.
Right. Yeah. And
so,
can you check the other sub-stocking area? We should probably just
make
in case
sure that it's all good. Make sure there's more than one.
It seems functional. And as you're kind of doing this, you also begin to detect the other submarine coming in.
Well, Vivian made good time.
Cool.
Let's go up and check out what's up there and maybe make our way over to their docking area and try to link up.
All right. We are going to activate Siren's Demise. I will place you on momentarily.
Sounds horribly ominous.
It sure does.
Remy and Riot, do you guys see each other?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You guys emerge. You take the elevator up. As you go...
floating stuff.
Yeah, that's just like dust particles and
okay.
other
all right.
It's more environmentally more entertaining.
Okay.
The elevator doors open to dimly lit holes of metal. Riot. Immediately, you are aware this is the same place you were in for that moment you were in the basement. When you found yourself walking through those dark hallways and you heard the woman's voice, this is that hallway. Hair on the back of your neck stands up on edge. You're almost stunned. Remy, simultaneously, as those doors open, the wave of latent psionic energy drifting in this space hits you like a tidal flood. You almost stagger backwards. Remy, I will have you make a... you can make psionics or willpower check, whichever is better, is my strong suggestion.
Yeah, I'll do psionics. 22.
22. This washes over you. For a moment, you could swear you're standing in like a foot of water in this hallway, black, inky water like that, which you move through. You can hear pattering of small footsteps through the water down the hall, and then you hear like a little girl clapping.
Ooh.
And you hear, "They've come to play, they've come to play." and then you kind of are brought back. You can see Riot is standing there like a statue. Riot, I need you to make a willpower check.
All right. Willpower under wisdom. All right. That's a 10.
Riot, you feel the hair stand up on the back of your neck. You kind of take a look over at Remy. Remy is almost like, it's kind of like wide-eyed. He kind of has kind of drawn backwards a little bit from where he was standing next to you. And as you look back into the hallway recounting this memory, Riot, you notice, you feel something on your arm, your forearm. And as you look down, there is this massive spider crawling up to your shoulder, which you intrinsically go to knock away. And as you like slap down on it, go to brush it away and remove your hand, it's gone. And you feel a little bit dizzy.
I don't like this place already. We need to get out of here as soon as possible. Also, Remy.
Yeah.
Have we ever talked about my experiences with the 3 women of different ages?
I'm sorry, Riot. I was a little distracted there for a moment. What are you talking about?
At other points during this mission, it seems like whenever we get close to finding important clues, I have a psionic experience, visions, voices of a little girl, a woman, a much older woman, sometimes all 3. And
Okay.
I feel their presence here, and I feel like this hallway has been part of a vision that they've sent me. Do you know anything about this? Have you?
I don't understand. Not in the way you describe. It's more like trying to swim through rock. It's almost solid psionic something in the air. It hit me rather hard, but visions. I just had a vision, but it wasn't of 3 women. It was not even of women. Just I could hear one, but Riot, I have a new philosophy, I think. I think this place doesn't only need to be destroyed. I think whatever is creating this wave of psionic energy is a danger to all mankind. Everyone.
Definitely
As you
feels
say that,
dangerous
Remy,
to me.
Remy, your eyes kind of adjusting to the darkness of this hallway out in front of you. You can see there is lettering on the wall. Corporate lettering. Arson Technologies. And then you hear and like the area shakes a little bit as you hear the other submarine docking.
Ooh. Right. For now, let's go check on Vivian and Vinny and see if we can drag Vinny up here. I don't know. I just need to check on him. I don't know how dead he is or if he's just playing dead. Let's move and connect with them and just keep an eye out.
Sounds
you're
good.
right, Riot. There is a control panel. It's dead. There seems to be a working biometrics on it, but this seems to be what you would suspect to be the lift operation. to the submarine. While that conversation is going on, the elevator arrives at the top. Vivian and Vinny, it opens up. In similar fashion, Vinny, you feel this strangeness here, this heavy strangeness and darkness here. And you recount your dreams, the morning of the mission, the dark hallways, moving through the inky darkness. It all makes sense in your mind now. Vivian, can I have you make a willpower check, please?
I'm just gonna, almost like talking to myself, I just say, I think I've been here before.
That's 12.
Vivian, the wave, it's strange. You feel light in your head. Your vision kind of blurs. For a moment, you swear in that kind of half light that the walls there's like water coming down the walls. And you hear a voice. It says, "And who is this?" And you see out in front of you a shadowy figure of a hunched old woman. And she looks up at you, and her eyes go wide and round, and her face contorts almost into like this monstrous visage. And she goes, "Get out!" And you stumble back against the elevator and come to.
Can I like reach out and steady her as she's kind of recoiling?
Yeah, she kind of recoils backwards and kind of bangs in, but you kind of grab her shoulder.
What is it? Miss Greer, what is it? Are you okay?
You didn't see the old woman?
No.
I think I'm starting to experience some of what Riot was telling me about.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Experiencing what? Hallucinations?
We went to Young's house, and when we found the remains, and there was a weird wave of energy that didn't affect me as much as it affected Riot, and he said he had visions of a girl, a young woman, and a old woman, and I think I just saw the old woman asking who we are, and then screaming at us to get out, which, hey, I'd love to get out of here.
This woman, this Crone.
Oh yeah, would be a Crone. She would fit description of Crone, yeah.
Miss Greer, is there something that you're not telling me?
No, nothing that pertains to the mission of getting out of here. I've never seen her before.
Well, we're not going to get out of here by standing still. We need to move. We need to find Remy and Riot and get to the core of this place.
Yeah, if there's any way to unstick these subs, Riot's probably going to be the one to find it.
All right, well, let's go and tell me if you see anything else.
Likewise.
Frightening.
Remy and Riot, are you guys making your way down the hall?
Yeah.
You guys come to essentially a fork. You kind of come out. It veers off to the right hand, kind of headed to like the northeast. There seems to be a working, what looks to be a portable console, like a diagnostic console, that's plugged into one of the walls. Like paneling has been hastily torn down and like wires connected to it. There is, I mean, it's all pretty dark in here, so it's hard to make out much for detail. But it looks like somebody was trying to do something with the system. To your left, Remy, you kind of look down to your left. There seems to be another corridor middle of the way down, as well as a couple different pretty old-looking stations, computer stations connected to the wall.
All right. Riot, on that thing, right? That thing fixes things, right? Pointing at the diagnostics thing.
It at least can tell you if things are broken. Let me see.
Well,
I
don't really
Yeah.
need to be told that things are broken. Let me just look around.
Yeah.
But
Do I
check,
get
check.
anything from
Are you
this?
going up to it and hacking?
Yeah, I think I want to see. It's like, okay, will this give me any extra access that I haven't already gotten?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a hacking check.
Cool. I will also say that I'm pretty focused on mission, but I am also trying to scrub for like files of information and stuff held here.
Why don't we go ahead and do a hacking check first, and then if you want to make another hacking check to scrub, to use your program.
All right. First
do that.
hacking check. That's another. That's an 18.
18. Riot, this terminal, the last program it was running, it has been running on a loop for roughly 30 some years. And it is essentially a program that's waiting for certain prompts to restore certain systems after what looks to be a recorded internal EMP explosion. Diagnostic a war grade submarine EMP torpedo breached the facility. What was meant for an external to disable security apparatus on the external structure did not detonate, but breached the structure, detonating internally within it, sending a extremely high wave of electromagnetic energy throughout most of the internal systems for critical system failure in multiple areas.
Okay.
The last known ship to dock is a military grade deep sea submarine. Name and identifications unknown. It was last sub to dock and detach, but it belonged to Human Solutions Corporation.
Of course. Okay. You said that there were programs waiting to almost be like relaunched or something?
Yeah, so I mean,
Do I think
essentially,
that I
it looked
can
like
interact with
somebody,
that?
like a technician, had rushed over to try and get things working and then never got through the process.
Do I?
It would
think
take
that
quite
I
a
can
long time
continue?
for you to actually run through a full diagnostic sort of thing. And for the period of time it's been running, you're not, I mean, who knows how the systems have changed and degraded at this point, but it's, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
and how many more have failed, right?
Yeah, I don't think that this would be very helpful to pursue right now.
Okay.
Right. Let's just
Remy?
keep going.
I do still want
yeah.
to do a quick hack check to see
yeah.
if I can
Sure,
scrub.
Yep.
All right, let's that is a 22.
22. Riot. Not that this system itself would have anything terribly important. It's a diagnostic system. But you pull some interesting information. First and foremost, there is a very odd, very powerful, essentially nutritional device on the submarine. It looks like something that would be able to permanently sustain what would amount to a life form, probably several elephants large. worth of nutrient. It's some sort of supersized nutrient system, but it's all enclosed, which means it's not used to feed the people. Wasn't used to feed the people on the station. There was diagnostics ran on it for some different errors that occurred in the past. Also scrubbing through it. There was a lot of importance put onto something known as the shielding core. Basically a 5-node, and you would know that a submersion space node is usually something that would build submersion infrastructure for like quite a large space, like a whole floor of a building or close to, at least a wing of a building. There was 5 nodes all dedicated to a central facility of this station. You're not exactly sure what they were doing, but they were running and supporting a very powerful shielding unit, the likes of which you have never seen before. And the specs on the shielding unit make no sense. They don't actually create any kind of energetic field that would stop like energy weapons or kinetic weapons. They seem to just be creating their purpose was to create some sort of very, very specific frequency and to maintain that frequency permanently in essentially a gigantic orb around the central core.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think I keep this to myself for now. I don't think it's very relevant to anyone else. So just while we're going, figuring that out.
Remy, you hear footsteps to your left-hand side. Vivian and Vincent, Vincent being helped by Vivian, come down the hallway shaft quite a ways down from you, Remy. You see them limp into your vision. Again, it's quite dark in here, but yeah, you can kind of see them stumble in.
Look who woke up.
Vinny, I don't see you that.
Remy.
You look like shit.
That's appropriate. I feel like shit. Apparently I had a terrible accident, according to Miss Greer. I don't remember much of it. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Riot and I had no trouble.
Lucky.
I sensed psionic ability in the body that and Riot found something very interesting, but I guess, yeah. I guess facing the full force of it would be.
Have you guys felt anything weird with your brains since you've gotten here?
Weird with your brain?
Well, not weird with my brain, but I think I might have seen potentially the same old woman you talked about.
So you've seen the women too?
Just now.
Wait a minute. Who's all seen the women? Everyone but me.
I haven't seen them. I've heard a girl, but I haven't seen one.
Oh.
I've seen visions and heard voices.
My friends, it is entirely possible that your brains are being manipulated.
That seems
we need to get off of this base, and I believe to do so we need to get to the core to access whatever it is that will allow us to. You probably know all this already. We need to detach the subs.
Yeah.
We're there, Vinny.
How do we get to the core, Riot? Do you have a map or something? I'm going to look around. Paul, is there like a console, like a terminal that I can take a look at
These consoles seem damaged beyond repair. However, Vinny, as you go around the corner, you see there is a security door Well, it's a little disturbing. It looks like a blast door had started to close in this hallway. Stopped in its track. One of the blast doors is literally bent open. And you can see large claw marks in the blast door.
Right.
Well, that's not good.
However, through the blast door, you can see down there is still active computers in some sort of large room, some pulsing lights, floor lights still going. Not sure exactly the nature of the room, but it does look like there is access to systems.
I'm going to instinctively produce my Durasteel mallet in my hand.
Yep.
And just say, there is something monstrous here. Shield your minds as best you can.
Right. I pull out my pistol and I look at Riot. I go, we're going in there, so when you access it, whatever's down there, we'll keep an eye out for you, but be quick. I don't want whatever that did that to be around.
Yeah, I'll do what I can as quickly as I can.
I'll take point and clear it first.
Vinny,
stay behind me.
Vinny, you're almost walking dead. Let me.
He starts walking as Remy is speaking.
One of the things we can find is a medical bay, since everything still seems to be active down here.
I don't know that I would trust the equipment down here, but I wouldn't rule anything out either.
Remy, are you following in after Vinny?
Yeah, I'm hurriedly saying things and then running after Vinny.
All right, Vinny and Remy, you guys, as Remy's hurriedly coming in, Vinny, as you're kind of walking on mission into the room, you guys come into a large central, what looks to be once a functional laboratory of some sort. You see multiple workstations all in disarray. Various scientific equipment, systems, things like that. Down the center is kind of like a mid-wall. It stands about waist high, and there's two sort of what looks to be working stations on it, and some sort of holographic display being produced by a large table. Riot, as you kind of peer down past them as they enter into this space, you immediately notice that jumble of a mess of the hologram spinning on that table is essentially the attempt at reproducing the submersion map of the facility. And it is a jumbled hot mess. So whoever pulled up onto that screen last was trying to make heads or tails of submersion space. Beyond it seems to be a centralized control system, which still seems fully functional. Oddly, there are no bodies here. There are old blood stains all over the floors.
Is there any movement whatsoever as we carefully step into this space?
I will ask you all to make an awareness check.
Yeah. Awareness.
12.
Plus
oh, good. That's like your max roll, isn't it?
Well, I have a +3, which is nice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so I rolled a 9 +3.
I just got an 8.
Remy is
21.
Oh, nice.
Very nice, Miss Greer. Remy's at 20.
Nice. Miss Greer, you kind of listen. You have bestial senses, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can see in the dark here, so you can see things clearly. Miss Greer, it is old, but not so old. You pick up the scent of something living, organic. Something living, organic, probably passed through this room, you would say roughly 3 to 4 days ago. The scent trail is weak. But something is moving on this station. Beyond that, Vivian, almost constantly, from no particular direction, you hear the sound of dripping water. Remy, you hear no dripping water. Remy, instead, you look around this facility and you hear very far off, somewhere deep in the bowels of this facility, just a clang. Which to you means something moved, shifted, maybe under the pressure, but unnervingly, you have a sense that that's not.
Do I sense what direction that came from?
Beneath you, like somewhere
me.
deep in the bowel. I mean, like there's a massive structure.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep my eyes peeled and move toward
Otherwise, this room has no movement. It just seems like a ghost of what once was a laboratory. Riot, you are too preoccupied by the submersion grid display and the consoles at play. Vinny, you look around, you sense the location. Kind of your soldier senses kick in, and you see signs of burning, scorched metal. You see, of course, the blood, but patterning of blood. Looks like most of the blood produced through some pretty violent means. We're not talking like gunshot wounds. That's not how it's. I mean, the blood is flung. Yeah.
I'm going to.
There was certainly a struggle here.
Sure. I'm going to approach the holographic representation of the. And you said it's some sort of like a 3-dimensional map.
Yeah, mostly of essentially like submersion. So it would be what the station is like, except it's been like fragmented and inverted in different areas. So it seems really glitchy. You can see elements. You could see the room that you're in, but it's like instead of it being displayed kind of upright, it's like on its side, and slightly ajarred into another space of another room that you're not quite sure if that is anywhere nearby it or not. All of submersion has been scrambled.
Okay, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to Vinny. So I'm going to walk over to one of the consoles, one of the terminals, and just see if I want to bring up a map. I want to see if I can get a map of this.
Yeah. For that, you'll need to do a net diving check.
Net diving.
Yeah, that's under intelligence.
Yeah, I don't really do that.
Yeah, you don't do intelligence. I understand. It's not hard.
I do intelligence. I just don't do it well. That is an 8.
An 8. You're having a difficulty getting through essentially the security on the system. You don't have the credentials.
I just hit the key or the space bar a couple times on the keyboard and just try to make some sense of what's going on. As I'm like, this is weird. Are you seeing this? This is...
Yeah, Vinny? Just a heads up. A military-grade torpedo pierced the shielding of this place and set off an EMP that scrambled most everything. Riot has been trying to piece together bits and pieces. You're not going to get anywhere just typing in search.
That's not what I'm talking about, Remy.
What?
It just flashed sheer. What is that? Riot, what is that?
Sheer. Like it just flashed that word?
Yeah, but it won't let me in. I don't know.
Do I recognize that?
You do. You remember that was a name spoken when you were in the... It doesn't mean anything to you, but it was a name spoken to you when you were in the psych ward basement.
There was a second word
Crone.
next to it. Is it a name? It started with an H, but I didn't read it fast enough and it disappeared.
I feel like I've heard that, but I don't really have any context.
You say it's a name?
I think so.
Right. Okay.
Do I think there's anything that, like, doing another net diving check?
Oh yeah, I mean
Here
these
would be helpful?
consoles would not have been accessed through that maintenance console, so this would definitely have other information. This is laboratory computers.
I mean, I'm definitely just any console, anything I can connect to. I'm trying to access and do stuff.
You move up. You connect to the system. Go ahead and make a hacking check for me.
All right.
Remy, are you okay? You look shaken.
I'm more worried about you. You're
What do you
one.
mean?
You. As it was told to us, you went for a very long drop.
Luckily, I had a soft landing on top of a deceased body.
You don't look it. Also, you're manic. You're very nervous. It's not like you.
I'm perfectly calm, Remy.
No. You're babbling about seeing words on a screen and being.
Here, does that mean something to you?
Nothing. None of this means anything to me other than whatever is here.
Yet you've heard this child crying or laughing, and the rest of you have seen these visions of things that aren't there. Remy, if someone is having a hard time in this place, it's certainly yourself.
Let's not raise voices. Whatever was here 3 to 4 days ago, but we don't know if it's going to circle back. But
do you see what I mean by manic? You're excitable, yes?
I think we all have reason to be on edge here.
Right.
As I got a 13 on my hacking check. Do I think I should edge dice that, or
it certainly would help?
All right, I'll try for it. Okay, that's a 3, so that's a 16.
Okay. Riot. You have two options. You have you can dedicate your hacking attempt towards a grouping of information that can be summed up as copper hose, or you can dedicate your hacking attempt towards what appears to be early logs of Siren's demise.
I think I go for copper hose.
All right. Accessing the copper hose files, Remy. The first and foremost, not Remy. Sorry, Riot. The first thing you realize is that this data set is seemingly the only data set that has left Siren's demise. It was downloaded what looks like some 30-some years ago, and roughly around the time that the other submarine, the last submarine, de-docked from the station. Copper Hose Project. The Copper Hose Project was a project meant to supplement the core purpose of Siren's demise, which is extreme genetic and psionic experimentation. Some sort of project named the Crone. It doesn't say much about it, but Copper Hose. So given the name, as it was meant to be a means for which the Crone to access the surface.
Yeah.
How is that done? That is done by creating a living psionic catalyst. And you find experimentation logs. Mingled in those experimentation logs, you see the name Andrea Raymond, your mother. One of the last people to be brought down to Siren's demise. There is no status update. Many read deceased. Experimental failure, deceased. Andrea Raymond, you see nothing. But you do see she was given a tag. T157. There's a lot in here that you don't quite understand because you don't know terribly much about psionics. But this has a lot to do with psionics and advanced biological genetic mutation.
So what have you got, Riot?
Well, maps and stuff are quite jumbled around, but I see some files of information on what they were doing here have been downloaded about 30 years ago, about the same time that a submarine last left. So there are files on what was being done here that presumably were taken and left on the last submarine that left from this place.
And what exactly was going on here, Riot?
From what I can tell, extreme experimentation on people with latent psionics.
Unsurprising.
Yeah, I got that vibe. I think it was already downloaded and taken from here.
I can just confirm that it was downloaded around the same time that a submarine last left here, so I can assume.
Was that the timeline when Marcus was here?
Raymond, you could attempt a scrub if you would like to try and find an identifier.
Yeah.
I think that would be
Another hacking check.
Marcus's timeline.
Remy, what was your uncle involved in here?
Personally, probably nothing.
Well,
experimentally,
at the top tier of Tharson Technologies, and when they were when she was part of Tharson, this was their lab.
Vinny, remember what rich people do? They don't get their hands dirty; they get other people's hands dirty. Remember? That's Well,
you're rich, Remy, and look at you. Your hands are filthy.
Well, but I'm not rich, am I? I'm dead. I was ambushed in the kelp and killed, remember?
Right.
On another hacking check, I got another 16.
16.
Nice.
Riot. The identifier. You're not exactly sure, but you do know that it belonged to Human Solutions military, which would coincide with Marcus Connolly.
That pretty much solves that.
Yeah, Human Solutions, which is what I already knew as the company that kind of took oversight of the Copper Hose project.
Is that what this was? Copper Hose? Is that the name of this operation?
Oh, yes. Yeah, Copper Hose is connected to what was going on here in the experiments on psionics. I also saw something about the Crone.
Oh, you did you? I'm pulling my sidearm right now, and I'm gonna sort of face Vivian.
As you face Vivian, everyone, I need you all to make a willpower check. Remy, you can make a psionics check.
5.
18.
20. Oh no, I'm sorry. Willpower, you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
18.
7.
All of you, the lights flicker. Down the left hallway, as the lights come back on, you see the silhouette of a small girl facing you. To the right of you, the silhouette of a grown woman. And directly north, in front of the consoles, the hunched over figure of an old woman who looks your direction. All you can see is the glint of a single eye in the shadowy silhouette. Its iris purple, glowing. And who all do we have with us? Not Vi. Leah? The woman at that responds, no, not Vi. We've seen the others, some of them. This one, she raises a hand pointing at Remy. This one continually evades, doesn't he?
I believe I have discovered that we are not dreaming. This is an invasion of our mind. All right, fun.
No, silly. The little girl laughs. No, you were playing.
Right. I'm going to look at the little girl and go, we're pretending, right? Playing pretend.
No. Not for much longer. And that's where we'll take our break, our friends.
Not threatening at all. I'm going to shoot the little girl right now.
We'll be back in 10 and get on with the conversation. We return to the scene, the little girl saying, but soon. Soon it will be real. Remy.
Yeah.
The middle-aged woman, the silhouette of her, takes a step towards you. You are familiar.
Yeah. I guess I am.
You. The crone then speaks. Yes. He will need to take her place.
Yeah,
At least Marcus was good for that.
Ugh. I have a sneaky suspicion that this is going to suck.
Suddenly, like, the little girl is like, huh? Do you hear them? All of you can hear clattering now. Somewhere in the framework of this structure. Sorry, go ahead. Vinny.
I'm watching Miss Greer because right before this all happened, Vinny was very concerned. How is Vivian responding to what's happening?
She is confused because this is a lot of psionic shit coming at her. But she's confused, trying to maintain a calmness. But she is very much like, what the fuck is going on?
The shadows of the women, you guys hear water. And the silhouettes start to melt into water upon the floor. It is then that you realize the sort of paneling on the ground down the different hallways start opening by force. It doesn't seem like automatic mechanisms. And coming out of them are...
Great.
Massive, mutated creatures.
Oh gosh, we got monsters to fight.
Long, hideous talons, tendril-like tongues, a sort of purple hue to their skin. Every once in a while, like on their faces, every semblance of what once was human turned into these creatures. But more disturbing, Remy, they are psionic. As they unfurl their claws instantaneously imbue.
Oh.
And they begin to run at you. And we're going to go ahead and make a reaction check, everybody, as these creatures come in. So there will be, if you right click on your little token, there's a little sword and shield. Just go ahead and left click on that. That will add you into the turn order. I'm going to go ahead and roll for these fantastic creatures.
I'm gonna go here. 3. Okay. Plus 2. Okay.
What do we get, Remy?
I got a 13.
13. Miss Greer. Are you muted? Oh, you're muted. Vivian, sorry.
You said reaction?
Yep, under dexterity.
Oh, yeah. There it is. 11.
11. Riot.
Got a 7.
7. Nice. And Vincent, you're gonna have pretty good, I imagine.
22.
There it is.
All right, Vincent, you react first as these things begin to all move towards you. These 3 giant mutants, their claws imbued, their tongues writhing.
All right, I'm going to first of all use my EOD Paladin ability, Command the Field.
Yep.
I'm going to shout out, Remy, keep them funneled in the hallway as best you can. And that will give you an additional sub-action to use on your turn.
Cool.
And then I'm going to race forward towards the one over here.
Yep.
About how much distance? Well, I get a bunch of distance from that reaction
30.
I just used. And then
you could get an additional 20, so you can move up to 50. And then you could make a running check to make a charge attack if you wanted to.
I would.
All
like
you would
to do
need
that.
to do is roll 10 or higher.
And as I'm running, I'm sheathing the gun, and with the mallet in one hand, the shield comes out up from the compartment on my forearm, and I'm making a run-in check. You said that's going to be.
Yep, under strength.
Yep. That's going to be 16.
Oh yeah, you make it into melee combat with this big thing. I'll say these things stand about 8 feet.
Oh, jeez.
Tall, they're muscular, they're but also lithe, and kind of digitigrade legs. Yeah, very horrific.
All right,
so this is a charge attack. So you're going to add 2 damage. If you hit with the attack, you're going to add 2 damage to the result from the hit.
All right, and I'm using my is it the shield that I'm doing the charge attack with, or is it any weapon?
Could be either the mallet or the shield.
All right, I'm gonna swing with the mallet.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. 15, 16, 17. And this is martial, yeah?
This would be melee combat.
Melee? Okay, so that's going to be a 20.
20, very good. He got a 16, so you hit. Roll to see where. You can't move it, not without using an edge dice.
Okay. And that's a D8? D6.
This is a D6. Yep.
5.
5, so you can move it to the upper torso. So that would be the left arm, but you can move it in either direction. Upper torso is always great to move it towards.
It'll smash
what does your mallet do for damage?
It does 4 points damage.
Does it have anything else? Is it a shocking mallet?
Let me just grab it. It is concussive, light. No, I think that's it.
Okay, sounds good. So 4 damage, but then you're adding 2 more for 6 damage as you slam this creature in the chest. You hear bones crack in the creature, and it shrieks at you. And as it opens its mouth, you can see large fangs, also alight with imbuement. And like the saliva kind of sprays out, and you see the saliva as it hits the wall paneling. You hear hissing sound as steam starts to rise off of the metal paneling.
Okay.
Vinny, you're still your turn. You do have a sub action you could use.
Yep, I'm gonna smack it with the sub action.
All right, swing away.
It's only a 16 this time.
I only got a 14, so that still worked. You hit.
Yep. So yeah, is that 4 points damage this time?
It would be 4 points, but you just roll a d6 to see where you hit it.
I rolled a 3.
A 3, lower torso this time, so you hit it in the gut with your mallet. Again, it kind of jerks back, but this thing is still just standing. I mean, these blows are pretty good blows. They would have definitely taken the wind out of a normal human. These things do not seem as phased. That's your turn.
Okay, and I have to wait until someone else's turn to use my reaction. Is that correct?
Which is actually the creature right in front of you.
Oh, beautiful.
So it rears up with one of its long taloned hands. Are you using your reaction?
Yeah, I'm going to use my reaction to smack it again.
Okay. Yeah, swing away.
Oh, hell yeah. That's 16, 17, 18. That's 20 again.
Ooh, to a 12. That's a difference of 8. You can move it by 1.
3 points, or 3 again.
3, so you can move it to either upper torso, which is the most damaged.
Yep, let's do upper.
You bring it again into the upper torso, sending it off balance a bit. You hear another large crack. This would be enough to kill a normal man, but it is still standing. And it is swinging now at you.
Can I, as part of that reaction, I get more movement? I get 10 feet of movement as using that reaction. So I would.
Yep.
Can I somehow factor that in terms of like a dodge of some kind, or like moving backwards out of its range?
Yeah, we'll allow you to move backwards, making it miss its first attack.
Okay.
It does, however, follow up with you, swinging with the other clawed hand.
Okay.
So I need you would use melee combat for this as well to block with your shield. And remember, your shield is going to give you your shield gives you an additional plus, I think, 2 to your melee combat when defending with.
Well, I have a lot of ones on this roll, so it's a total of 9.
Nice.
And if I can use edge dice if I need to, I suppose.
It's right now it has a 7 on you. You could edge to take it away so it can't move it 1, greatly reducing its chance it hits you in the upper torso. Then it's just a 1 in 6 chance.
Yeah, if I take a hit to the upper torso, I might be
not gonna be good.
Yeah, all right. I will use an edge dice. 4.
4, perfect. Okay, so it can't move it. I rolled, that's a 1, so it's going to hit you in the left leg. So it swings down low at you with its other clawed hand, imbued claws. This is going to be for 5 damage with Shred 2, so you have to remove 2 armor before applying that 5 damage.
Oh, shit. Okay, so that brings a 7 down to a 0.
Okay, but it didn't hit your HP?
It didn't hit HP yet.
Okay, so the armor gets ripped asunder with the clawed attack on your left leg. You can feel the heat of the energy of the psionic claws as it kind of stands foreboding in front of you. We then move to the second mutant. Let's measure range. Remy, 60 feet. Remy, this thing charges full long at you. And right at kind of like the end of its leaping, it lunges forward towards you, mouth agape, and it is attempting to bite you. Kind of leaping bite at you. So for this, you can use either melee martial combat as defense, or you can make a dodge attempt.
I'm gonna make a dodge.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Gosh. Okay. 19.
Okay, it got a 17. So you barely dodge out of the way of this lunging creature with the bite, the acid spilling onto the ground, its glowing teeth. And that's its turn as you deftly jump out of the way. The final one.
Can I use my reaction? Can I use a reaction? Yeah. I'm gonna smack this guy in front of me with the reaction.
Yeah, do it.
There it is. That's another 20.
To a 19 that hits. Roll to see where. Yeah.
That's a 1.
A 1 in the left leg. You smack the thing in the left leg for 4 damage. Smacking at its leg. You've hit it in the lower torso, twice in the upper torso. In the left leg, it is still rampaging.
And I'm gonna use my 10 feet of movement to move back.
Move back again. Yep. Perfect. Vivian, the last one is rushing towards you. Ooh. But it stops short. At about here, as it's running towards you, Vivian, I need you to make a willpower check.
Okay. So that is 12. Can I edge dice it?
So 12, let me see here. If you edge dice it, you will avoid the consequences.
Yeah, we could do that.
Vinny, if you marquee select, so left and drag anywhere on the map, it will unselect your character, and then you can see through the eyes of all of your allies.
Thank you.
And that's a 4.
4. Vivian, you feel your feet begin to lift off the ground, but then you're like, you feel this sense trying to lift you off the ground, like somebody has grabbed you, but there's nobody there. But you resist it and kind of pull yourself down. You're not exactly quite sure how, but you feel, And with that, we move on to Remy.
Right.
You have an extra sub action, remember?
I know. I'm going to. So it's melee. Oh, that's for me. I don't need that. Okay. Riot, you have a pistol, yes? No. Right.
No, Riot's got programs.
Vivian has a gun.
Knife.
Yep.
Oh, does Vivian have a gun? Yeah.
I got the revolver and the knife.
Okay, so sub action, imbue my pistol and Vivian's pistol. And then I am going to. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around. Because I can use my reaction, right?
You can't use your react. Or you can try. You mean to like? What do you mean by your reaction? Your out of turn reaction?
Well, action or reaction and 2 edge dice for anti-sensate.
Oh yeah. So this would be your action because it's not out of turn order. Reactions you use out of your turn order.
Okay, but I can attack with a sub action, right?
Correct.
Cool. That's perfect. All right. So I will attempt to anti-sensate the thing that's right in front of me.
Let me be clear. The coup de grace does require an action.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. In that case, I will simply try to pass then.
Okay.
So because that's a sub action, so I'm just going to try to disappear from its eyes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check. And what is
it? Takes a -3 penalty.
-3 to its awareness. Perfect.
Yeah. And roll 4. And I got a 23.
23. Yes, it loses sight of you. It's like standing there and it like suddenly just starts like looking around. You can move freely if you would like to.
Yeah, I am going to. Oh, I don't want to leave Riot, but it's had its chance, Riot. You're gonna get away from it. That's my thought process. I'm gonna step over here. I think that's a little. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I'm gonna take a shot at Mr. Beaten Up.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot.
And that is 20.
That hits and you can move it by 1. Go ahead and roll a d6.
All right. 4.
4. That's upper torso. What is the damage? It's is it a revolver that you have or just a pistol?
It's a revolver and it does 3 energy damage and 2 piercing. Or it has pierce 2 on it.
Okay, and then the imbue only puts 1 extra damage on it?
Yes.
Okay. For 3 damage, the energy hits it. It shrieks out. It is haggard. There's like a hole in like the middle of its chest. Green viscous liquid is dripping down its chest, burning its skin, and but it is still standing.
That's my turn, I think.
Okay.
I will attempt an anti-sensate on reaction here soon.
We then go to Vivian. If Vivian's with us. If not, we can jump over to Riot. Why don't we go to Riot next?
Cool. Starting out, if I can just ask a quick VTT question. How do I move around like my sight of like where I would zoom in and stuff? Because it's kind of fixed on one
If you use your middle mouse button, you can zoom in and out.
Yeah, I can zoom in and out, but how do I move that? Because it's zooming me in and out to a place that isn't on the map, and so I can't see the map zoomed in. I can only see
Right click and drag.
Yeah.
Did you try that?
Yeah, right.
click and drag.
Oh yeah, if you right click and drag around, it will let you move around the map. If you hold down right click, it lets you, and drag around the map, it lets you move around the map.
Okay, what if I have a trackpad and not a mouse?
Well, that's your problem.
Yeah, you would left click, or you would do the right click, and then use another finger to shift around the trackpad.
Ooh, double fingers.
Yeah, it's pretty tough on a trackpad.
That honestly, it
There's
really
some
is.
people who do that. Or you can
Alright.
use both hands. You can use like one click and then move around.
It's like driving
know.
with both feet on the pedals.
Did that work?
Interesting. I am not really having any success, but whatever.
Let me see if there is a way to zoom to your character.
But my first question will be: it seems like these monsters we're fighting are mutated. Can I see if there are any cybernetic enhancements in these that I could try to hack?
Go ahead and make a net diving check.
All right. All right, that's that is a 15.
15. There is a singular cybernetic. You don't know exactly what its function is, but they do have one, sort of in their torso-esque area. Beyond that, you could use something like your virus program to also debuff them. They don't need cybernetics for that. You slow down basically their EMS.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever used that virus malware thing.
Yeah, yep. So what it would do is you would when you execute it on them, if they fail their cyber defense, they would basically have all of their skills under a single attribute. So you would choose an attribute, say like strength, and all of their skill checks or all of their skill values would be halved, rounded down.
Okay. And yeah, I'm guessing they're making most of their attacks with strength right now.
Yeah, that's where all kind of like melee combat lives.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would like to try that.
We'll assume that you move back kind of near Remy to get some distance on this mutant. I know you can't see it on the screen. And then go ahead and go ahead and make a hacking check.
All right.
And I will make a cyber defense check. These things have such good cyber defense. You just, oh boy. You got a 6.
Awesome. I got an 18.
If you edge dice, that's a critical success.
Ooh. Yeah, why not? I'll edge dice. I got a 1, but yeah.
On a critical success, which is a critical success. On a critical success, it cannot add any of its skill values under its strength checks now.
Hell yeah.
So that was an action to drop the malware.
Things.
Anything else you want to do, Riot?
So based on what I do know of anything I've gleaned of like the layout of this facility, these several branching hallways and stuff, what do I think is like the direction that we need to like get going to get to where I need to be able to help us like escape through the submarines and stuff?
The consoles that you were on didn't help you pull up an actual map. However, you're pretty convinced that this main console at the back of this room would have a map that could help you figure out your layout. Otherwise, you really don't have much of an idea. There's some faded signage on the walls, but you haven't had a very good time to look at them, and most of them are covered in dust and this sort of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I think if I have any more movement left, I would start making my way towards that
Those
back
councils.
council.
Sounds
yeah.
good. You have about 10 feet left. We will then jump to Vivian.
Before we do that, though, and I apologize, but this is the character that this is in your game. I'm going to use my fourth reaction to move 10 feet back towards this thing and smack it.
Smack you away.
Oh, yeah.
This is your character. I'm not offended.
That's 18. That is going to be a 21.
21.
Excuse me, 20.
20 hits. If you use an edge dice, totally up to you. You would be able to move it by 1. Your call.
Yep.
Okay. Spend an edge dice. It's just not a medic.
Okay. Oh, it is. All right. Great.
All you needed was a 1.
Okay. And I'm going to hit it in the 3.
In the 3, which means you can move it to the 4, which is where it just got revolvered as you swing that hammer into the gaping wound where the revolver had hit it. You hear a sickening crunch, and it falls back, smashing against the ground still.
Hell yeah.
Vivian, you're up.
Well, given that my pistol is now imbued, I'm going to fire at the one in front of me because I don't want to get thrown. Yay, that is... Get out of my stray.
I'm sorry. Imbue, it for me is 2 more damage, not 1.
Oh, 2 more damage. Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
I had the old setting, but I upped my...
Yeah, that I was like, 1 seems pretty low. I think you have higher than that, but...
Yeah, it's 2 now.
So that's 16. And then...
16. It got a 19. Do you want to try and edge it?
Yeah, why not?
You need a 3 or higher.
Or 50-50.
That's a 1, but hey, I get another
1.
flaw dice.
Oh yeah, you do get a flaw dice. Yeah, you got to remember to use those. I forgot.
Yeah.
The shot misses just by a hair, smashing into the damaged blast doors behind you. That is your action. You do have your dagger, which only requires sub-actions and 2 sub-actions technically to work with if you don't move.
That's right. Yeah, I will use the dagger then.
Yep. Throw away.
It's 14. Ronan, get off my dice tray, buddy.
14?
Yes, 14.
That misses. This thing is dodging surprisingly fast for a large creature. Last throw. As you zip back the dagger into your hand on the tether hilt and throw away. Oh man, I'm rolling really good. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Makes up for the terrible rolling I did on the other guy that got smashed by Vinny.
I don't think that's gonna hit. That's just 13.
Not to a 20. This thing has your beat down. It is tracking you. With that, we jump back up to Vincent, who has just felled this mutant.
But before...
Oh, Remy's going to use his reaction, all right?
All right.
Yep. So I just see Vivian try to hit this thing and not have success. And so I am looking at it going, oh, that one might be a little more dangerous, and I'm going to anti-sensate it, or try to.
Okay, anti-sensate away. Remember to spend those edge dice. And Remy, go ahead and make your psionics check against its psionics check, because these things are psychic.
Oh, shit.
No, not 14 dice. I got a 20.
It got a 20. So you just succeed. And zip out of its conscious awareness.
So then I'm going to use
Vinny,
my
you're up.
reaction. Before my turn, I'm going to use my reaction after
Your fifth?
Vivian's turn. Well, I'm going to spend an edge die,
All right, there we go.
which allows me to take a reaction. And I
Reaction.
forgot that I have 20 feet of movement, not 10. So I'm going to
Yep.
move 20 feet. 5, 20. Right there. And as I come around the corner running, the mallet retracts back into my arm compartment. The pistol comes out, and I'm going to take a shot at the creature that's in front of Vivian.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a 20.
That hits. Roll to see where. Can't move it.
5.
5. You peg it in the left arm. It hardly reacts.
Okay. And now it's my turn.
It's your turn. Yep.
And all my reactions reset at this point.
Correct.
God, I love this character. Okay. So at this point, pistol goes away, mallet comes out again. I'm going to slide across these tables. 20.
Yeah.
30.
At 30 feet charge.
Can I get to it?
You can, yeah. If you run, as long as you move 30 feet, which is exactly 30 feet,
Yep.
you could call it a charge attack if you make a running check.
And I came. That's 25 right there. And I will, I'll make a running check to see if I can make it a charge. I like that idea. Okay.
You get extra damage from charge attacks, so.
Yep. Oh, shit. That's huge. That's 22. That's 24.
Nice. Yes. I mean, just like a total pro, like John Wick style, just slide over
Fuck
this
yeah.
table, boom, 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 come charging in, pistol back into your arm, mallet out, and you swing.
Yep. Here we go. 3 6s. 18,
Oh, no.
23, 25. Come on, critical. Come on.
That's a crit.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, you can hit this thing anywhere. Hitting it in the head concusses it, giving
Yep.
it
Sold.
basically a -3 penalty for
Sold.
a round.
You had me at concuss.
You smash it in the head. This is 6 damage, but then plus 50%. So this is 9 damage to the head. Boom. As you smash this thing straight in the face, teeth cracking and flying, saliva down. It's bleeding profusely from the dome. And you've got a sub action.
Sub action. Smash. Oh my god, these dice are
That is
hot
a
as
terrible
hell.
roll.
That's 22.
For a second critical hit, this one will only be 6 damage, but 6 damage finishes it off. How do you take out this mutant?
After I come sliding across these desks, I take 3 steps bounding, then I leap into the air because this thing's pretty tall. And I just come down on it, bam, bam, before I even hit the ground. Just 2 blasts
And
to the
it
head.
crumples to the ground.
And you look back at Remy, and Remy's just like,
Damn it.
Let's see. Can I take a reaction on my own turn?
You cannot. Nope,
Okay.
reactions are taken
All right.
outside of your turn. However,
All right.
it is now the next creature's turn.
Reaction.
and it still can't.
You're
see.
using your action? Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Benny.
I'm going to use my reaction to, I'm going to say, Vivian, there's another one. And I'm going to use a reaction to give Vivian another sub action. And then I'm going to move 20 feet, 5, 10, 20 towards it. And that's my reaction.
It.
Hey, ugly, over here.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't see Remy, right? Remy passed from it.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it swivels towards you and lunges at you, swinging with its claws, Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
That's somewhat better.
And I'm rolling.
However, I forgot this one is malwared. It has a whole bunch of bloatware like coming up. Automatic overlay is like popping up. So it's like swiping at you, but it's also like swiping at all these like virtual ad bloatware coming up.
You gotta clear your cache, buddy. I've got. What am I rolling again? A dodge?
No, you would be making melee combat with a +2 because of your shield. If you're using your shield to defend.
Yep. So that is going to be 19.
19. So you successfully defend with the shield that strips 6 AP off of your shield.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 7 AP because it's imbued and shred too. And then a second claw attack at you, Vinny.
I'm gonna take a reaction.
Oh God. You can only use 1 reaction per enemy turn. So you've already reacted on this creature's turn. You have to wait until the next turn.
Okay. Right.
However, I rolled like Dookie, so go ahead and make another melee combat check.
Okay. Yeah, this is not bad. 8, 9. That's 16.
Yeah, it whiffs. Goes very high over you as it is swiping and very distracted. Now we go to Remy. Now you could use your reaction. Vinny, if you'd like to. Okay. This is why you guys brought Vinny, right? He's the muscle.
Oh my God! 3 6s again. 18.
Oh my gosh.
23.
This is why I brought him back to life. Exactly.
23.
You hit. You can move it by 1. Oh okay. No! Wait. Hold on. I forgot that he's malwared. 23. Okay. Yes. Almost could move it by 2, but you can move it by 1.
That is a 4.
4 upper torso. You probably want to leave it there for 4 damage.
Yep. Into
its upper torso as you concuss it with the mallet. Remy, you're up.
I'm just gonna look at Vinny with like. He's impressed. He's also upset because he just expended a ton of energy, and now he's just gonna walk over and coup de grace this thing and just coup de grace to just.
I need 1 more stealth check from you.
Yep.
As you move to coup de grace.
Remy, I will say this: you've never.
And I'm going to roll so good.
You've never seen Vinny move this fast before, ever.
Yeah, no, I got you. That is a 20.
Yeah. Okay. How do you execute this last creature?
I'm just standing next to Vinny, and I walk up, and its eyes are on Vinny, and I just put my gun up to its head, not touching it, and pull the trigger, and the face disappears.
Nice shot, Remy.
The creature slumps to the ground, and we exit combat.
Just so I'm clear on something, Vinny, did you get it out of your system now?
I've got more where that came from.
Okay, right. All right. Everyone all right?
Yes.
We're all good? All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to
terrified.
Put my mallet back, and I'm going to walk over to Vivian. Miss Greer, I don't believe you.
Okay. Again, with this, what do you...
Miss Greer, I think you do have something to tell us. This Crone has come up far too many times, and now it is threatening our lives. Before I fell down the elevator shaft and lost my consciousness, the last thing I heard from Vivian's mouth was something about the Crone's head. And I, for one, would like to know why you are here, Miss Greer.
Well, I was here because I was offered a job by
whom?
Mr. Rail hired me to assist with the job. And in my research and digging into this little there is on this facility, there were 2 phrases I came across: copper hose and Crone's head. Now, I don't have much info on what those are, but I mean, now Riot found, no, wait, you didn't announce that to the group, correct?
No, Riot did let everybody know that there was a project called the Crone.
I'm trying to remember what's character knowledge and what's not. Riot cleared up copper hose. Crone's head either it was a pseudonym or it's an actual head. And given that there is now a crone of a woman here, I'm wondering if it is actually a psionic's head.
I would almost bet at this point that they have someone very powerful, some scion that's very powerful and only enhanced even more by the experiments, is simply just a head plugged into something and projecting all of these visions and things. What we just fought though were psionic too, so it's not like they're alone here in terms of scions. There's just
No, it seems like they did a whole bunch of research that they kept alive when everyone died down here.
That is the legacy of Dreyfus Rail, is it not?
Well, I think there's more to his legacy than this, but I concede the point that look, either way, I'm just going to share this. I don't know how accurate it's going to be, but we are on sort of a time crunch. I did get a message away to someone I trust to try and attempt to get something down here to destroy this place utterly in 24 hours, which was probably about, I want to say like 23, maybe 22 hours ago.
Okay.
So,
while we're still in it.
Well, the idea is to be gone within the time frame.
The idea.
Are there any more secrets that need to be revealed here?
That wasn't so much.
I feel like now is the time to come clean. The fact that you have sealed our fate in this place, Remy. You realize that?
Well, I'll be honest. I'm not sure what they're capable of. I'm not sure that they know what they're capable of. But I've given the instruction, and I hope it to be carried out.
Only for you.
I guess if we are revealing secrets, I guess I can come clean about some things. I have had personal interest in learning more about the Copper Hose project for some time now, because I believe and then found out that it is connected to the disappearance of my mother, who I have found out is a latent psionic who was transferred to this facility and presumably experimented on.
I'm going to look at the creatures we just killed and be like, do you know what manner of experiments they did on her?
I don't.
Right. Let's hope it wasn't one of these three.
I did see. I'll share more of what I've found. I have been keeping some information I've been finding closer to my chest. I've found that there are a bunch of files on other people that have been experimented on, all marked deceased. Luckily, my mom's name doesn't have a mark of deceased next to it.
Is that a good thing down here, though?
I mean, it...
For your personal closure, that's probably great, Riot. For our personal health, I'm not sure.
I mean, I guess I'm not sure if these beings would be marked as deceased or not. But as far as there being... talking about the Crone's head, I did see things about projects of the Crone, and I do know there's also some sort of nutritional unit that is meant to sustain a large life form indefinitely.
Like multiple life forms or a singular life form?
As far as I can tell, one singular life form.
I hate that.
I'm gonna rephrase my earlier guess and say that the head is not plugged into something, but something.
Something.
Yeah. And
Right. You also arrive at the console at the back of the room that you had originally been making for.
Now that we're out of combat, I'm able to just go over there.
This console was left mid-access. And it looks like a lead scientist of the facility had accessed this console. There's an open comms channel to Shield Unit 1 that has been open now for 30 plus years. A quiet static continues to reverberate. There is a file on the Crone here that you can access, as well as a facility map.
Yeah. I think probably map first and be like, hey, everyone check this out, and try to figure out where exactly we need to get going so that we can get out of here. But then I'm definitely pulling up that file on the Crown.
I have one other question before this is all said and done. For you, Remy.
Please.
Sheer Halim.
Yes.
I saw the look on your face when I said that name, Sheer.
Distant childhood memory, perhaps. It was a bell did ring, but did it reveal? Not a thing.
I wish I could trust you, Remy, but the fact that you've sealed our deaths here is causing me to doubt.
All right, Vinny, before you go flying off the handle on that, I got a message to my my secret net diver person. I'm not sure what they can do about my request. I have no way of knowing how effective their ability to bring ordnance onto this station is, if at all. It's simply I made a failsafe. And I gave us 24 hours. I feel like a day. We just ran through in that accursed underwater hellhole. That was only a few days, and we burned through that place. We have a map. Let's go get the undocked things and get off of here and head up to the surface. And
but you see how this causes problems for us, right?
No.
We have questions here beyond your machinations. Riot himself is looking for information about his mother, who is somehow
all right.
Experimented on here.
That is a secret that I haven't shared. Miss Greer, Riot, Vinny, your questions about this place. I have specific instructions from Mr. Rail that stand in spite of events. They die here. The secrets, not you, the secrets die here.
And us along with them, apparently.
No, I just said not you. I'm being honest. You don't have to die here. Your secrets you leave behind you. And you don't seek them out, and you don't care, because those secrets could unmake the world and kill everything. So, there it is. I'm willing, more than willing, to let us get what we need and get out of here with what we can. But what Riot has accessed and downloaded, I'm going to ask him to delete it before we leave. So,
well, there's one element that you haven't factored in here, Remy.
Why I haven't said anything about my mission. Because I had a feeling you'd be against it.
Yeah, and I didn't want you to think that it was personal. Okay, all right.
There's something that you haven't factored into all of this, Remy.
What's that?
The fact that these entities seem to want you for something.
What? Well, to be fair to me, I was not in possession of that knowledge until all of us were.
Yes.
Yes, it seems like they're choosing you, Remy, as a replacement for whatever they intended for Marcus based on that comment.
Which I can tell you without hesitation, I do not have an interest in joining them.
Oh, I figured. Just saying, they might not give you a choice.
Well, if it takes me dying for that not to happen, I'll die gladly. Just as I will regretfully kill any of you if you decide.
There it is.
If you decide to bring about the end of the world, I feel like that's a fair bargain. If you decide not to destroy all mankind and civilization, great. We can get
all
along.
of this talk. My goal now is to get the fuck off of this place. So, Riot,
Perfect.
Lead the way.
Perfect. Great. Riot, let's figure out this map.
All right.
Docking controls are in the security wing. That would be down the left corridor. Unfortunately, the security room is depressurized, which means breached.
Can we find a way around? A different route?
No, sorry. The security room itself
Is
depressurized.
Oh, the room we need to get to, not the room between us and where we're trying to go.
So with some fast thinking, there's only one option to decouple those. And that would be deactivating the Lunar 12 core, which of course would shut down all power to the facility and leave you with just the oxygen and pressure that exists to get back to the submarines.
Would we be able to disengage the locking mechanism on the subs to release them from this?
It would go off if there was no power. The locks would no longer work.
Correct.
And then we just have to book it back.
And then control the sub some way and leave.
Can I try to this isn't necessarily like a hacking thing, but just kind of use computers to try to calculate about how much time we would have from
What's our
shutting
probability
down.
of survival?
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Go ahead and make an academics check.
Cool.
I will note.
We're screwed.
Nah, come on, guys.
That is a 15.
15. You would have around an hour. The core resides to the north side of the central core unit. You are on the south side, and some ways. You think it's possible running through the dark corridors to get back to the submarine before running out of oxygen or succumbing to pressurization. It's certainly possible. Barring you don't get stopped by mutants or psionic influences or these sort of things. But this also seems like virtually, unless you can find hardware to cut through those locks, seems like virtually the only other option.
And we have to get to the core in order to do this. Riot?
Riot.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Do a search for me real quick. You have that map, right?
Mm-hmm.
A station like this wouldn't depend on just 2 access points for subs. There's got to be an emergency exit of some kind for evacuation purposes.
Like a third sub, perhaps.
Or I don't
Or
know, some kind of platform that
pods or
detaches and
something.
rises. I don't know.
Yes, but they would still be locked in place until needed.
Right, but if we can activate that, maybe we get out of here and...
I can look into it.
Riot, go ahead and make another hack check.
That's only an 11.
11. There is a chance, again in the north wing, kind of opposite end of where you guys are at, that there's possibly another docking port over there. It's a gamble. You don't have much information. Seems to be that there's pressurization enough to get over there, but you don't know if there is another vessel over there and if it would be in the same situation as these vessels back here. So a gamble. Possibly if it is a separate sort of emergency vehicle, it possibly has a different failsafe in place that isn't completely compromised. That you could potentially, but again, it's a gamble based on your hacking. You really can't. It's all scrambled, right? Searching through this stuff, it's very convoluted.
All right, I have a proposal then. We go as quickly as possible to the north unit, check on this dock somehow, some way of try to find out what's there. Our chances of running away from a turned off reactor in the same sector, much better than running all the way across this place. Much faster, much less risk. It's a big chance, random chance if there's something there, but at least we have to check.
I agree. I think we can check before we try to shut down the reactor so we have time to check.
Yes.
And that way we can determine that it functions, that it can fit all of us, and that we won't be needing to run back. And if not, then I guess we're running, and you're very lucky I can see in the dark.
Right.
Yes.
There's still also the folder on the Crone project. Is that of any interest?
I would like to check that out.
Okay. This document dates back, right? Are you sharing this information like openly on the screen, or are you just downloading this privately?
I think I'll share it openly. I think, You
start pulling up the files onto the screens here as all of you guys start to see the Crone project take shape. The Crone project, the true purpose of Siren's demise. She Biogenetics established this black site in an attempt to make a superorganism, a psionic superorganism, using the state-of-the-art biogenetic research for mutations coupled with psionic capabilities. They quickly realized that a single psionic mind was not sufficient. And they found the way to merge 3 minds into a single organism, which they have called the Crone. In order to support the creature, the minds, the capabilities of the psionic, they determined that they would need roughly what you guys, based on the biomass needed, would be something that stands about 2 stories tall. The 3 scions selected for this, the most powerful, a young girl named Abigail Hale. Abigail, though young, had incredible psionic powers, though no ability to really comprehend how vast and powerful they were. Abigail's powers were primarily in telekinetic manipulation and auric manifestation, materializations of psionic powers. They coupled this with an adult woman from the Middle East known as Shir Halim. Shir Halim had powers in telepathic resonance and mind shadow capabilities. Sheer was the balance between Abigail and Bessa. Bessa, the weakest of the scions and also the oldest, an old woman. Bessa was selected not only because of her precognitive capabilities, but because she had an ability that had never been recorded before. Something they called or nicknamed the ability of the Oracle. The ability to perceive in the now, virtually anywhere, at any time. The superorganism, therefore, in their opinion, encapsulated the full range of known psionic powers, able to combine them in ways they had not expected. They were not stupid, however. They knew that creating such an organism had great risks. They established a very powerful shielding core that would null out the psionic energies around it using 5 shielding stations. Hence the shield that you came across, Riot. Should that shield ever fail, the superorganism's power would easily compromise the minds of everybody within the station. The goal of the Crone project was to create the superorganism, find a way to control it, and then attach it to entities via the Copper Hose project on the surface to then be used as a proxy weapon of the Crone for Tharson Technologies. A super weapon that the world would have no solution for, not even the Conclave.
Well,
I have never wanted to shoot someone who is obviously dead already so much.
I get the sense that these scientists suffered greatly for their folly.
Not enough.
They thought they could control this?
The hubris.
they always do. They always think they can control the mad thing that should never exist.
Riot, I still want you to delete all of this and not let it see the light of day. But I also want you to hang on to artifacts that you can create a conspiracy theory around and hang it on every corporation you can accept. Well, anything attributed to Rail. I want you to punish all of them for being this prideful. I just don't want it to be so clear, if that makes sense.
All but the Rail family, huh? The ones who operated this station? Your uncle?
No. Now, Vinny, your vindictive whatever's going on.
I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy in this plan of yours, that's all.
No. The rail industry shut this place down. Why did they shut it down? Because it was insane, and that's what they saw. So I'm not claiming holier than thou. I'm saying I need to look after mine. That's where my pride is.
Riot, you do not have to do that. You make your own decisions.
I'm not ordering Riot to do anything. This is a request.
I'm making it clear for him. Remy, we don't work for you anymore.
Well, that's new. When did that happen?
The minute that I found out that you betrayed us and signed our death certificate.
You are such a fatalist. What are you talking about? I I contacted a net diver, a very young one, an inexperienced one.
I guess we know who Shir Halim is now, don't we?
No.
I don't.
Well, it seems like Shir Halim is one of the people in the
Crone.
conglomerate of this Crone.
Well,
Right.
yes, but outside of that, I don't know anything about her.
Put the pieces together, Miss Greer.
What are you... Vinny,
Scion skilled in the arts of shadow manipulation.
okay, that's hurtful. That's hurt. You think I'm part of this organism? Really?
You're a rail, are you not?
I would destroy this thing in an instant. I don't want it to see the light of day.
Well, I guess that'll happen when the Luna 12 is deactivated and this whole place will cease to function.
There you go. I'm fine with that
I-
option too.
I will say, though, that raises a concern. Once we shut down the Lunar 12 reactor, so too will the shielding that is protecting our minds from being completely overrun by this.
What are the status of the shields right now? 'Cause I
Riot,
think they're
yes.
already
Actually,
pushing
correction,
through.
Riot. Shields are not active.
Yeah,
They are all
Oh,
shut.
okay.
we're
The
already
shields
pretty
already
buggered. That's what I'm
They're
saying.
buggered up already.
Yeah.
Riot. The other thing
to
you
know.
realize, as far as you can tell, the only clear path to get to the north wing,
It's
because
through-
the left wing is jeopardized, is either you take the right wing, which will take several hours to move all throughout the right wing, and to your knowledge, it would also mean passing through what is known as the cloning laboratory, or you make your way to and around the core belt, essentially, of the facility,
So go
which is
close.
more direct, but also brings you extremely close to the containment unit holding the Crone.
There is no part of me that wants to set eyes on this thing. I also cloning, considering, and I'm going to look at the the 3 things we killed. Considering what this place seems to produce, I don't want to see clones of it.
No. So, we definitely can't run back through the East Way if
It
the...
would take way too
It'd take hours. And
Yeah, no, we'd be dead. We might as well just sit down and have a rest until the end. So if the third sub that we're hoping is there and functional is not there and functional, we would have to run back via the Crone way. So either we move there through that way so we know what we're facing, or we go the long way, waste some time, and then
We don't have
potentially
time
run
to
blind through the Crone way on the way back if we have to.
We don't have time to waste.
no,
We don't.
How long do we have before our 24 hours is up?
Well, I made the call when we were docking. That was
21, 22 hours. Yeah.
21, 22 hours left.
Okay.
And again, I'm trying very hard to impress upon all of you, including you, Vemi. I contacted a net diver who has access to a lot of resources, sure. Are they ordinances that can reach down here and do direct damage to it? This I don't even know. I simply ask for a failsafe. I don't know if it's possible.
Let's not be here to find out.
That is my plan.
Give her
And-
a call once we reach the surface.
Yes, check in to see if anything's in motion, and then hooray, we're not there. Great. I like this narrative.
We do need. I don't necessarily begrudge you for setting up this failsafe. This place needs to be destroyed, and this Crone along with it.
Yes. And not telling you was a minor oversight to what whatever this was that we discovered.
No,
I know,
will
I'll be honest,
say-
when we stepped in here, I got hit with something I have never felt before. Psionically. It like, oh my lord, I've never felt something that strong. Ever.
Remy?
Yeah.
Can I have you make a psionics check for me?
Frick.
Oh dear.
17.
17. Remy, you realize just now, behind you, the purple eye of the crone in an almost ethereal way is looking at the lot of you. And then it's gone.
Well, I'm just going to assume the Crone knows exactly what we all are doing.
I mean, that was the old woman's thing, right?
Yeah.
Spying on the present, scrying,
Right,
basically.
Yeah.
And this is their house. So.
Right. And, I think we can only but try and pray that my net diver has access to a weapon that can pierce the deep sea and eviscerate everything in this place into nothing.
Riot, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask, I understand how this crone being somehow being released on the world would definitely end the world. What makes you think that just files that I pull from this location, leaving this location, would end the world?
I understand, Riot, and I understand your background. I understand your modus operandi, as it were.
Fuck the corpse.
Well, you
corporations.
Right. Yeah, I know. You push for the whole truth to be known. This is what I understand. Think about it. If all these files that are scientifically kept records of everything they did, how they did it, what they used, all of those things come out into the open, what do you think this world of ours will do with that?
I understand. I think before we get out of here, I can agree that I will delete any files that I think could lead to any recreation of what is done here. But records of what has been done and by who and connected to what corporations, I make less promise on.
I don't ask. This is not a demand. If you resisted in any way, I would be less friendly. But you are reasonable, and this is something I've grown to know about you. You are a reasonable person. So, all I ask is that you reveal whoever you reveal. Hang, and this is honest. Actually, it might turn in my favor. Hang whatever you want on the Rail Corporation, but keep it on the eldest son of Mr. Rail. Ruin him. Let him pay for his father's sins. And that will save me finding a revenge for him.
I think I could work with that.
I was very happy, Riot, that I wouldn't have to kill you. I was genuinely I'm not being glib. I'm glad we're a good team, and I've come to respect your abilities. So I don't want to kill you, and I will do everything in my power not to bring myself to that position, if that makes sense.
All right. Well, for any of this to matter, we need to get out of here. I mean, I assume we are walking and talking because we have hours of walking.
Are you guys going East Wing or are you going core?
We're going core, I think.
Yeah. The more expensive route.
is scarier, but I think we need
The
to.
four of you
It's all scary.
Yeah.
head off towards the core of the facility. In the back of Vinny's mind and Riot's mind, quiet clawing, scampering of a spider, pulling at it. Vivian. Something similar, but it's aggravated. It's furious. It's unable to pull at your mind. Remy.
Yeah.
Remy, you walk. The psionic energy becoming so overwhelming as you guys grow closer to the core. You see bullets spray on the walls. Tattered military uniforms, Black Ops uniforms, as you start approaching a corridor leading to Shield Core number 1. Remy, you feel them pulling at you. And you are constantly in a battle of fighting this unwelcome sense of just wanting to go in and embrace them.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode before the finale next Thursday. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. And
things are unraveling.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Paul. That was great. Let's go around the table and say some goodbyes. We'll start with Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. You can find me under the handle Lavenza on Discord. I tend to lurk, more of a lurker than a talker. Vivian also seems to have talked her way out of what she knows because, hey, at this point, I don't think the crypt I was offered was high enough for the fucking risk I'm taking. So, she's a little salty about her life being on the line and also being out money. That's great. What was the point of this mess? So she's a little salty. But yeah, this is great, and we'll see who lives.
Amazing. Miss Greer is such a good liar. Such a good liar. Let's go next over to Tim.
I'm Tim. You can find me on Discord mostly. I stay off of most socials. I am barely hanging on Discord, which is weirdly true in multiple ways these days. I've been playing Remy. I'm glad I don't have to kill Riot. Tim's glad. Tim's glad he doesn't have to kill Riot. I was like working myself up to it, and I was like, I don't want to do it. And so, I'll be back next week, and might have to kill Vinny though. Jeez, man, Vinny hit his head.
I was just about to say Remy is not a good liar. Well, Miss Greer is a good liar. Remy is not. Let's go next to Ben. Ben, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you. I am Ben. On Instagram, I am GM Ben Guest. Do a bunch of GMing in Chicago. I'm also planning on doing stuff on startplaying.games soon. So look out there. I also offer GMing workshops and private coaching, all of that. But tonight I've been Andrew Raymond, or the Riot, and I'm also glad that Remy doesn't think he has to kill me, because I had a feeling that specifically our characters might have a confrontation in here, as I want to dig into secrets that I thought Remy might not want me to dig into. But yeah, this is all also juicy and fun, and I'm excited for the finale.
Oh my gosh, I know. I can't believe it. All right, well, thank you, Ben. We'll go last but not least to the man who created this game, the system, the story, the setting. Paul, thank you so much for bringing this back to Guild Superior. I appreciate you.
Yeah, hey everybody, Paul Angelo, Penburrow Online, author of House of Eidolons, along with Josh Gunvold. No, I'm tickled to be arriving at the finale. I'm very excited for you guys to quietly skirt around the Crone without incident and get to the emergency escape sub and make it all back.
Yeah,
and get your payout.
It's gonna happen.
If you want to learn more, you can check out our website. We're also running a pre-launch for an upcoming crowdfunding kickstart that we will be doing. The pre-launch includes basically a $1 commitment that then gets you exclusive necrotech, which is like a new sort of modified origin, a skill branch within it. It's exclusive content so that you can control dead bodies like you would drones. So it's very fun. Be a necromancer in a cyberpunk universe. It'll be a good time. Yeah. It is quite fun. And take a lesson from Jeremy over at Wonders Haven. Put a air freshener right on that dead friend of yours so that other people can stand being around it.
It was a good idea, but it still smelled bad.
Smells like pine, but also death.
Thank you for joining us. Join us next Thursday for the finale of the season. Let's see if our players survive or not. I have not committed to anybody surviving. They are well warned.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We had a lot of great banter in the chat, so thank you for stopping in and spending a little bit of time with us. We know your time is precious. We do have a couple of other things going on right now here at Guild Superior, including Saturday's Things from the Flood game. That's part 3 of our short series with Alan Henry running myself and the New Zealand contingent of Guild Superior in a fantastic game. Playing teenagers in 1991 is a dream come true. So come on over for that. We do have, it's a week of finales next week. So we have on Tuesday, our finale of These Withered Roots, which is a homebrewed Shadowdark game and world that I created along with some fantastic players who have breathed a beautiful life into this dark, dark place. And then we'll be back here, as Paul said, for the finale of this game. We do have a bunch of other stuff coming up in the not too distant future. In March, we will be launching a short series called The Evergreen Prince. That's going to be a D&D game run by Jose Ortiz. We have in April a Newvarden game that Paul is going to be running, and we're wrapping up some of the casting on that. We've got a Simbaroom game also starting in April with GM Shiv coming back to run some Saturday games. And then in June, I'll be running an Invincible game. So looking forward to some superhero action as well. So lots going on here. And and I guess I should also mention this. We've got a Call of Cthulhu game that just is materializing. That is going to be coming very soon as well. So that'll be in April as well. So lots going on. If you want to... If you're interested in getting involved with any of that stuff, I do have a casting call out. I think it closes at the end of next week. So I'll put what is it called? Blue Sky? I'll put our Blue Sky link in the chat. That's the only social media we use, really, aside from our YouTube. But there's a casting call pinned to that. There's a form. Go ahead and fill it out. Let us know if you're interested in that. And if you're not subscribe to our YouTube channel, please go over and subscribe to our GD YouTube channel. We're 2 subscribers away from 1,000. We've got over 700 videos, actual play games that are posted to that channel, going back as far as our original games in Ravenloft and all the way up to our current games in the Shadowdark and Things from the Flood, and a ton of Newvarden on there. Lots of great stuff. So go over and check it out. We really appreciate your support. It's totally free to subscribe, and it will help us out. So please do it. Other than that, I'm going to find a raid target. So stick around just for another 30 seconds or so. We'll get that squared away, and we'll see you on Saturday for Things from the Flood. Take it easy, everybody.
Bye.